Hello everyone, my name is Shyla and today I will be guiding you through a legs up the wall yoga practice. Legs up the wall is one of my personal favorite practices because when we have our legs up the wall and our back flat on the earth, our spine, our shoulders, our low back are completely and fully supported. Legs up the wall is excellent for our digestion. It's also great in lowering blood pressure, and it's also really good practice if you suffer from anxiety as well. Before we begin our practice today, I would just like to say that yoga is not a substitute for any medical diagnosis, attention, or treatment, and to please consult your physician before beginning any type of physical activity program, including yoga. Before we begin our practice today, we are going to be needing just a couple of things. So if you could find 2 pillows, and also I do have a blanket handy, so if you like to get really cozy for your practice, I would suggest a blanket as well. And one more thing before we begin is I need you to find a space in your home that has a nice big wall. And it needs to be enough room for you to get your legs straight up the wall, but also bring them nice and wide into a V shape, okay? So once you have found everything that you need for your practice today, then just come into a nice laying down position. So just getting as comfortable as you can, bringing a pillow underneath your head or your knees, or maybe 2 pillows underneath your head, whatever it is that you think will make you as cozy and comfortable as you need. So once you have found your laying down position, then just begin to settle in to the room. And just allow your day to slowly begin to fade from your awareness. Begin to tune in to the 4 walls of the room that you are in. Begin to tune in to your body and your breath so that you can arrive on your mat. Begin to bring your awareness to the breath. And see if you can notice the qualities of the breath. Perhaps the breath has a bit of a texture to it today. Or maybe it's feeling smooth. Maybe you notice the temperature to the breath. Perhaps it's cool on the inhale and warm on the exhale. Can you notice the depth of the breath today? Are you breathing into your lungs? Or are you breathing into your belly today? And maybe you can even notice the length of the breath. From here, let's begin to check in with how we are doing today using the medicine wheel and the 4 aspects of self: our mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical self. So in your own time, checking in with each of those quadrants, taking your time here, getting in touch with how you are actually feeling today. And maybe one or more of those quadrants is feeling a little bit off. But that's okay. My hope is that by the end of this practice today, you will be feeling a little bit more balanced. Once you are done checking in, let's begin to set an intention for our practice today. So why did you show up for yourself? What do you need from your practice? What do you need from your body? What do you need? Once we have set our intention, let's meet at the bottom of our next exhale. Inhaling through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the nose, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just come back to your natural cycle of breath. And as you do so, I encourage you to begin to play around with the breath so that you can find one that you can use throughout your practice today. What we want is we want our exhales to be longer than our inhales. So maybe we use the breath that we just did. So an inhale of 4 with an exhale of 5. But if that doesn't feel good, then maybe we use an inhale of 3 and an exhale of 4. Find a breath that feels good in your body. Because what feels good in my body may not feel good in yours. And once you've found that breath, then just slowly begin to incorporate it into the body. And whenever you're ready, slowly beginning to find some movement through your fingers, your toes, and then making some circles, perhaps with your ankles, your wrists. Maybe that movement starts to get a little bit bigger and we take those arms right over top of our head for a nice good morning stretch. And a yawn. Stretching those limbs nice and straight. And then let's bring those knees into our chest, gripping onto our shins. And slowly begin to rock from side to side to massage out the low back. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto either side of your body and slowly begin to push up into a comfortable seated position. So from here, I'd like you to bring 1 or 2 pillows underneath your butts. Just so that our spine can be nice and straight and our hips can have a little bit of height as well. Once we are set up for success, I want you to place your hands on your thighs or your knees. Let your legs get heavy. Let's roll those shoulders up towards the ears, back and down the spine. And give yourself a little bit of engagement through the core here. Our seated position in yoga is a bit of an active one. From here, I want you to bring your peace fingers of your right hand and place them in the middle of your brow. Extend your thumb and your pinky finger. Let's plug the right nostril with our thumb and inhale through the left. Let's plug the left nostril with the pinky finger, release the thumb and exhale. Inhale through the left. Plug the left and exhale out the right nostril. Inhale through the right. Exhale out the right. I got my left and rights mixed up. Inhale through the right. Exhale out the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Last round, inhale right. Exhale left. Remove your hand from your face and just place your hand back on your thigh or your knee, closing the eyes, and just take a moment here to take a couple of breaths to yourself. Slowly begin to open the eyes. And let's remove the pillows from underneath our butts and set them on our right side. From here, we are going to begin to transition onto our backs with our legs up the wall. So, as you do so, I want you to scoot your butt as close to the wall as you can get it. It doesn't have to be right up against it, okay? But just as close as you can get it. Once you do that, come onto your back and just extend those legs up towards the ceiling, pointing our toes towards our nose and bringing our legs together. Now, we don't want any activation through the knees because we don't want to injure them. So just make sure that you've got a slight bend in the knee here. From here, you can bring your arms into a T, into cactus arms, or you can even bring them over top of your head. Whatever feels good for you today. And we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths. So really just allow your back to relax into Mother Earth today. Let each vertebrae of your spine soften. Feeling a nice stretch in through those hamstrings as well. And come back to that breath. On our next inhale, I want you to begin to bring those legs wide into a V. Once you have arrived, make sure you're keeping those toes pointed towards your nose, keeping a flex in the foot. And again, check in with the knees, making sure that we're not fully activating them, that they have a bit of a bend to them. From here, I just want you to let the legs get heavy and just let gravity take over here. So as the hips open up, they may slowly begin to fall towards the earth. And don't focus on the sensations that you're feeling within the legs and the pelvis, but just come back to the breath. Here, we're really opening up the hips, the pelvis. We're getting a nice hamstring stretch again here. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to soften, to let go. Soften the jaw. And with every exhale, softening, relaxing. On our next inhale, I want you to bring your hands to the outside of your thighs to slowly help bring those legs back to center, bringing the legs together. Taking a few breaths here just to reset. And on our next inhale, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together, letting our knees splay out to either side. So I want you to think of this position as like a supported butterfly position against the wall. So you can bring your hands underneath your thighs just for some added support if you would like. Or you can keep them into a T, into cactus, whatever feels good for you here. Now, I want you to let those heels of your feet get heavy. So as they get heavy and as your hips begin to open up, your heels may begin to draw closer in towards your pelvis. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to let go. To soften. Notice the thoughts that are coming up for you today. But I don't want you to attach an emotion or a story to these thoughts. But just allow them to float on by. Allow them to pass. The mind tends to get really busy in yoga. So what I like to do is I like to use the breath to help push away those thoughts. Always come back to the breath. I like to say that the breath is our medicine in yoga. It is so, so good for you. It is good for your digestion, for your complexion. It cleanses your blood. And in yoga, it helps us to get rid of all of that tension in our body, all of that stress in our body that we've carried throughout our day, throughout our week, throughout our lifetime. So use that breath. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to soften. To let go. noticing how our back feels. Being supported by Mother Earth today. Finding some softness all through our back body, through our shoulders, our neck, our head, our mid back, our low back. On our next inhale, slowly begin to bring your hands to your thighs and your knees to help bring them straight up the wall, back in our starting position, bringing the legs together. I'm just taking a few moments here to reset. Keep using that breath. And on our next inhale, slowly begin to bend those knees. And I want you to bring them as wide as you can, almost like we are in a squatting position against the wall. So bringing the soles of your feet flat to the wall. Now you may need to scooch that back up just to give yourself a little bit more space between your butt and the wall. But we want to keep those legs wide. You can bring your hands underneath your knees, which I like to do just for some support, or you can, again, just bring your hands, your arms into a T, overhead, into cactus. Whatever feels good for you here. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to let go. Really feeling that low back softening into Mother Earth. If you have your hands resting on your knees or your thighs, just letting your legs rest in your hands. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to let go. Soften the jaw here. On our next inhale, let's slowly begin to extend those legs back to center, bringing them straight up towards the sky, and just letting them rest here for a few moments. On our next inhale, slowly begin to bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet on the wall. So here, we're bringing those knees in towards our chest, as close as we can get them. Now, I want you to grab onto your pillows that you have close by, and I want you to bring them up against the wall, but making sure that they're long ways beside your body. Now from here, let's bring our arms into cactus arms or a T. From here, I want you to begin to walk those feet down the wall over towards the left, landing those legs on our pillows. If your legs do not go all the way down to your pillows, that's quite all right. Only go as far as your body will let you. And here, I really want you to focus on twisting through the midsection and breathing deeply in through the belly. Here we're finding a nice twist through the midsection, so we are twisting through the spine and twisting our internal organs. Twisting is great to get things moving. It's great for our digestion. Deep breaths in through the nose and exhales to soften. Just allowing your knees and your legs to feel supported by the pillow. And with every exhale, just allowing them to soften a little bit more. Keep using that breath. On our next inhale, slowly begin to walk those feet up back to center, keeping a bend in those knees. If you have your pillows and use them on the left side, then just transition them over to the right side. And then bringing your arms into a T, into cactus, or over top of your head, whatever you did last time. And whenever you're ready, begin to walk those feet down the wall, over towards the right, landing nice and softly on our pillow. And again, if your legs do not land on the pillow, that's okay. Go only as far as your body will allow you. We don't want to overextend and we don't want to injure ourselves here. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to let go. To soften. And again, just letting your knees and your legs get heavy. Really focus on breathing into the belly. Relax the jaw. On our next inhale, slowly begin to walk those feet all the way back to center. And just begin to extend those legs straight up the wall. Again, just making sure that we're not extending through through the knees here. So just keeping a nice bend and flexing the toes towards the nose. On our next inhale, slowly begin to bend through the knees, keeping a nice distance, about hips width in distance. Now, you may want to give yourself a little bit of room, so scooching that butt back. From here, I want you to take that right leg and begin to cross it over top of the left knee. Now, if you're like me and don't have enough flexibility in that right hip, you can begin to straighten that left leg, but just be gentle. So don't fully straighten that left leg. Keep a nice bend in the knee to protect the knee. So I want you to bring that pinky toe edge of that right foot and place it just above the knee. Or if this doesn't feel good, then just cross over the leg and place the ankle just above the knee. So whichever options feel best for you here, then just do that. Now, when you have that right leg crossed, you can bring your right hand underneath your thigh as well for some support if you would like. But if not, you're more than welcome to, again, bring those arms into a T or above the head, whatever you feel feels best for you today. We're really working through the hips here, so it can be quite sensational. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to let go, to soften. On our next inhale, slowly begin to uncross that right leg. And just bring both of your legs together. Give them a little shimmy up and down the wall if you'd like. And then whenever you're ready, let's transition to the other side. So perhaps we start with both bends in the knees, about hips width in distance, just to see if we have the space to cross over that left leg. But if not, and you're like me, slowly begin to straighten that right leg along the wall, making sure that you keep a bend in the knee, to then cross that left leg over top of the right. Now, you might like to think of this as like a figure 4 shape, if that helps. So you can bring the pinky toe edge of your left foot just above the knee, or if that's too much for you, you can bring the ankle just above the knee as well. We want to keep away from the knee, so make sure that the foot, the ankle, is above the knee here. And again, you may need to give yourself a little bit more space between your butt and the wall here. You can bring that left hand and place it on that left hip, just for some added support. Deep breaths in through the nose. And exhales to let go. To soften. On our next inhale, slowly begin to uncross that left leg and bring it straight up against the wall. If you have shimmied yourself away from the wall, that's okay. Just again, make sure that you keep a slight bend in the knee. And we'll just hang out here for a few breaths as we reset. And noticing here how we're feeling now compared to when we first started the class. Has there been a shift in your medicine wheel? How do you feel now? On our next inhale, we're going to come out of our legs up the wall position. So from here, slowly begin to bend the knees, bring them in towards your chest, gripping onto your shins. And whenever you're ready, you can begin to roll over onto either side of your body, bringing your hands in front of you to push yourself up into a seated position. From here, we are going to transition into our final resting pose. So that could mean bringing a pillow underneath your head, underneath your knees, whatever feels most cozy for you. So I am going to cover up with my blanket. And just get as comfortable as you can. Once you have settled in, then just bring your legs wide, bring your arms wide. Take up some space today. If you're feeling receptive, then just place your palms towards the sky. But if you're feeling a little bit more reserved and introspective, then just place your palms on Mother Earth today. Let your legs splay out on either side of your body. Soften your jaw. Relax your belly. And just allow yourself this moment of complete and utter relaxation for yourself today. This moment is for you. With every exhale, softening every bone, every muscle, every piece of tissue in your body. Letting your bones get so heavy that they weigh you down. Let your skin soften and melt over your bones like a weighted blanket. With every exhale, softening even more than the last exhale. With every exhale, relaxing onto Mother Earth, into the soil. Letting Mother Earth hold you. Letting her comfort you. And letting her heal you today. Just allow yourself to surrender to this moment and to let go. To relax. To just be. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. And just allow the breath to awaken you from the inside out. Letting it bring you back into the room, into your body, and onto the four corners of your mat. Slowly begin to find some movement within your body, perhaps starting with your fingers and your toes, and then moving to your wrists and your ankles. And any other type of organic movement that your body needs, then just do that today. Whenever you're ready, rolling over onto either side of your body, and slowly begin to push up into a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you today. Option to bring your hands at heart center, or to rest your hands on your thighs and humble your head to your heart. Feeling a sense of gratitude for showing up for yourself today. For connecting to your breath, and hopefully feeling a little bit more balanced. Thank you for moving on the mat with me today. I hope you enjoyed your practice, and I hope to see you again soon.